was August 2022. We parked up on the road behind the Little Harp pub in Clevedon to launch on the beach at the seafront there to paddle to Denny Island.
Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
It was a beautiful, calm day and a trip that we had been hoping to do for a while. Our route was to head out to the Welsh Hook Cardinal Buoy. It's a south marker with pointy down arrows indicating for the boats to move to the or pass to the safe south channel as they head up towards Severn. We paddled out to this cardinal marker before turning northeast and paddling up towards Denny Island. The Welsh Hook Buoy is quite an impressive sight when you get up close, and also gives you the perspective of the tide flowing against a fixed point. The tide was flowing with us, and we paddled on this beautiful day up to Denny Island. You can see the sea is lovely and flat. And there is the island as we approach. It's basically just a rock that can be easily seen from Portishead. As you look out, it's 4 or 5 kilometres I think from the coast of Portishead. Myself and my friend Chris, the two of us, paddled out to visit the island. Say it's something we always wanted to do, but a paddle that can only really be undertaken on really good weather, as the River Severn is a pretty treacherous and dangerous channel with a lot of shipping, and when you have wind and tide you can get some pretty steep standing waves. It's tough to paddle through and dangerous.
You want to get out, yeah?
We paddled around the island looking for an easy point to land and climb out of the kayaks. Monitoring the Avonmouth port radio on the VHF handheld, which could be used in an emergency or if we need to communicate with any of the ships. Denny Island doesn't have an easy access point, and we spotted a little point on the south side of the island, the Portishead side of the island, where at high tide we could climb ashore. From the south side of the island you can look back and see the Severn crossing between England and Wales, and the Avonmouth and Portbury docks and Portishead and back to Clevedon.
conquered the island.
So you can't miss out on that.
No, you can't, you're right. I wonder when the last humans came here.
Not recently, by the looks of it, but...
There's a pepperoni wrapper and a razor blade.
These are all the nests. It's like a scene out of Alien.
Sorry?
It's like a scene out of Alien.
It is, isn't it? Or like an early Star Trek.
Mental.
We arrived at Denny Island as the tide was reaching full tide, the highest level, and did our exploring. And then as the tide turned, the water flowed back out southwest, and we paddled with the falling tide back across towards the English side, towards Portishead, and then
Hit subscribe!
Clevedon. Again, we were lucky, and the weather held. It's low wind, so we had a very comfortable paddle back. However, if you head out and the wind does change, you can get some pretty choppy water along this section as you return along the coast towards Clevedon. So this is not a trip to be taken without experience and the right equipment and good planning. As we approach Clevedon, we decide which point to land, as the tide is lower now, the water levels come down, and we weren't sure on the level of the mud that can catch you out in Clevedon if you're later. You'll notice we set off from the beach at Little Harp Bay behind the pub, and then returned to the slipway by the pier. We weren't sure how low the water was at the Little Harp beach, so took the easy option of coming out at the slipway and trolleyed the kayaks back along to the car. And you see people enjoying the beautiful Clevedon seaside.